gonna try a game that's, you know, got a death toll behind it of video cards. Ancient gate. Approach the gate. There's no way through this gate. It has been sealed since Varus disappeared. Well, I bet that's gonna come up later. Waves of enemies. I don't know what that guy's picture is. Let me get this waypoint first. And there's a building there. Pale Cathedral. Oh, is this an explorable area? Oh my. More ghouls? Vampire ghoul. Well, 21. Double damage, creeping death, please. It created an endless buffer of text messages to be heard on voice, and it would not stop when he disabled it. So he had to log back out and go back into the queue to make it stop. That's funny. I'm wondering if that double damage creeping death will be enough to kill this guy if I just have to hold out.
XVGA cards apparently have a history of design flaws, and 3090s have quite a few themselves. New World definitely brought the issue about, sure, but I guess it was bound to happen eventually. Haven't had any issues with my 1070T, but I am a bit more careful now as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a, what do I have? I think I've got a 2080. Like I said, I already wasn't really interested in it, but the thing about it breaking video cards might raise my not interested to the levels of would not do it even if I was paid. Like if they were like, hey, would you do a sponsored stream? I'd probably decline right now for fear of my video card, you know? A symbol of hope and protection. The shield went missing after Argeus died, though his body was interred in the Red Grave. The bulwark was not only a symbol... we saw that, his grave. I remember that. We've been there. The bulwark was not only a symbol for the people, but it was literally hallowed.
Despite what TTS said, my GPU is not British. It is not a 1070T.
Rude. Enchanted by powerful mages, the shield could repel corruption from vile essences, even drawing from their power to strengthen itself. A blood demon known as the Hunger sought to find Argeris' bulwark so that he could destroy it, or failing that, hide it. He gave it to a planeswalker who was last seen traveling the road between the Siege Coast and Harm's Way. The motivation for the Hunger to hide the shield is unknown, and he quickly disappeared after the final defeat of Varus. This wick and ceremonial candle looks oddly thick and coated with some strange protective material.
Excuse the interruption, fine sir. Have some more bitties.
Thank you, Asen. Use the Fire Lord's Ember to light the torch? The Fire Lord's Ember sears through the protective material and lights the candle. You watch its flame dance almost hypnotically gentle for a few moments before turning away. I have an Uber Ember, chat. This looks like a prayer or ritual book. Whenever your hand moves near it, runes on the book's spine glow. A nearby scroll indicates some sort of incantation that needs to be read when the incense burns. Well, I just lit 2 candles. Attempt to open the book. With the incense burning, you are able to easily open the book. Once open, you copy relevant parts out of it you find useful. Greater Tome of Knowledge and Treasure Map of the Fallen Devotee. Okay. I wonder if I would have not been able to do that if I didn't have the Fire Lord thing. These gauntlets of legend were crafted from draconic components only by the finest smiths of an age-long past. To repeat the process, one would need 2 components nearly impossible to find today, a dragon's skin and the heart of a dragon. Considering the beasts haven't been seen for centuries, finding these would be tricky indeed. Still, a few of the ingredients are rumored to exist in the world today. Merchants long spoke of a dragon skin somewhere in the far north, sealed under lock and key. Finding it would be instant fame and fortune for any trader. The dragon heart was held by an ancient magus named Belvros, who used the power of the heart to fuel his necromancy. He was entombed in Deadwatch after his death, taking the heart with him to the grave. I wonder, he talks about gauntlets of power. I immediately think of Gully's gauntlets. Ragnarok was said to be the deadliest weapon a mage could wield. Nolan? The end of days, as it was known. The last bearer of the mighty staff saw fit to disassemble the thing, whittling it down to a simple walking stick, citing it as the only way for a gentleman to get around. The staff could be reassembled, but its core was taken to the mysterious stranger's grave. Only by summoning him could one begin the process of recreating Ragnarok. The refined owner, buried somewhere in a southern wilds graveyard, was said to bore people to death. It seemed like hints at making some uber weapons. Mug, can I ask you about GW2? Absolutely. Go for it. So that's a hint at like a shield. Okay, so these seem like hints at powerful weapons for each of like the party members. Where should I sell things without TP in game? If you got something expensive to sell, there's a community called Overflow Trading Community, and they're a Discord, and there is a link to it right there in the Twitch chat. Okay. Thanks, Mugga Chat. You're very welcome. Let's stick with what works. 1 creeping death per ghoul. Given you're able to send items via mail. Yeah. Yeah, overflow is usually for big items. Let's just defend. And try to heal. Want to end this fight with as much health as possible, as that he is gonna die soon. Is there a fast mode for combat animations? I'll be honest, I haven't like looked at all. I don't know. What is SSAO? I'm not sure if you can turn that off. One hit point, you troll. Does the zucchini stack qualify as a big item? Depends on the size of the stack. It would have to be the dumbest, thickest stack. Can't use a map here. Can't interact with that. What is that? Resting at the top of the stairs is a mysterious pool of thick red liquid that appears to be blood. It laps and swirls gently, moved by some unknown force. In its center rests a vessel, intact and pristine, save for the bloodstains at the base. Take the vessel? Dip the empty blood vessel in the blood fountain. Return with 3 ancient vampire fangs. The fountain, okay. Alright. We're not gonna summon like Diablo, are we? Am I doing it wrong, or is the Overflow Trading Discord link expired? Is there anyone free that can test that link and see if it's working? Or if it's a Rainland, thing? If they've changed their, Okay, hold on a sec. Is the one that Roxos linked, is that the correct one? Looks like it. Okay. Hang on a sec, I'll update it. I did not realize they had changed their link. Trying to send them business, and they're rudely just changing things. Okay, it's updated. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. Armaments of Legend Part 2. Crafted during the Ancient War, this mighty cannon was captured and disassembled to prevent further use. Parts of the cannon were used to construct a war golem rumored for use by airship pirates. The energy cell was placed in an experimental duo of tanks used by bandits in the Siege Coast. Finally, the mineral used to stabilize its output is no longer manufactured. Only a Fate Stone from Mana Rifts can stand as replacement. I might have part of that now. This. Salvaged Behemoth Cannon. I think I've got part of that right now. A red dusty book on the shelf, it catches your eye. Pull it. Oh. Secret room. I'm trying to mess with you. Trying to send him in business. These pistols were commissioned by a bandit leader in Junktown who intended to use them as a means for solidifying his control of the various bandit factions. Before they could be completed, the gunsmith designing them was found dead, likely assassinated. Recently, an effort was made by a black market group to finish and sell the pistols known as the Salvage Runners. They managed to gather most of the parts before infighting tore their group apart. The last known person to possess the components wrote to his associates saying he was lost in an endless maze of hedges and freezing his plums off. How did he send the mail from there? You got kicked out of Guild Wars 2?
Like it put me into the logging. It's like you got disconnected.
Will it let you try to log back in? Maybe you just lost internet for a second. Try to log back in. Tell me if it works. Not much has been recorded about the history of this weapon, save for its extreme power, which it draws from an unknown source. The blade is long missing, presumed stolen or destroyed. Infusing a specially attuned blade with the spirit of a powerful warriors is said to awaken the cursed blade, summoning its power. One such spirit was a champion arena fighter who defeated all challengers in Mortal Kombat. I have fought in the arena. Another was seen wandering the roads near the Southern Wilds, being trapped or tricked at a gate he could not traverse. So essentially there's like an uber weapon for each of our friends. The Winking Ring and Soul Forged Casing. That is a lot of physical defense. Minus 44 attack power for like 5 times defense. That's probably worth it. What is the ring that we just got? Oh wait, is it like a quest item? I guess it's a quest item. It's not showing up. Something must have lost an eye, which is now embedded in this ring and winking repeatedly. Ugh. Okay. Chad, I'm reminded of a little D&D story. I was dungeon mastering for a group once, and they found this. It was like a marble, but it looked like an eye. It wasn't squishy. It was like a marble, and anytime they put it down, if it was like not being held still, it would turn, and it would look to the north. Now, they didn't know. They just knew it was turning and looking in a certain direction. And they were convinced it was like leading them to treasure or a boss or something. For some reason, it took them forever to figure out it just pointed north. I don't even know if they ever figured it out. Oh, I just found a treasure. But they were just constantly in every single room. We put down the eye. What does it do on the floor? And I'm like, oh, it looks to the wall to your left, you know? They never figured out that the sucker was just pointing north. It was like a compass. But it was like they projected, they projected so many ideas onto it that weren't true. Is Gabe addicted to salsitas yet? The chips? I haven't gotten him to try it. Hey, Gabe. You want those chips for lunch? You haven't tried them yet, though. Don't you want to try them? Don't you want to try new things? Aren't you going to feel bad that he bought you these chips? He said, I don't want some, please. I bet he'll like it. Oh, yeah. I think you're probably right. It's just getting him to try it. Do you want to eat chip run? Oh, what is this guy? Oh, is it just a spider? Oh, I couldn't tell from the portrait. Oh, the 1,000 crits. Finally getting to whatever this quest objective is. More of you? Blood slime. He heals every time you hit him, apparently. There we go. I'm not impressed. Imagine getting killed by some little girl and she's like, I'm not impressed. Like, at that point, just Fortnite dance on my corpse, because it's over. The Crimson Garden. The area around the Crimson Garden is eerily quiet, sitting under a blanket of soft white snow. Menacing gargoyles and fountains of blood are framed by dangerous thorn bushes, striking a dark contrast to the seemingly beauty of the garden. Crimson Spot, yeah. This a waypoint? This garden was Varys' personal collection of powerful artifacts. His acolytes were sent here to study and prove their worth, which means we should be ready for anything. Most certainly. The circular platform looks important. The runes, can you make anything out? Yes, it's a locked door. To what, I don't know. And unlocking it? We have to walk the path. Oh, joy. It says there are 3 lessons to learn, each represented by a statue, most guarded by something. Well, yeah, that's how these things always go. Walking the path, eh? Let's put some pep in our step, kids. So there's a sword, book, and skull statue around it. That attempt sounded Russian, Crimson Spudnik. I don't know about that. Ow! Blood Gift Assassin and Iceborne Marksman. And we're all poisoned. Wonderful. Let's give him this. I like the graphics on this. Me too. It's crazy, because between like the world map and the dungeon map and the combat, the burst animations, and the cutscenes, there's like 4 different art styles in this game. It's crazy. Ow. Got a bleed on him. Gonna do healing rain. Cleansing rain. I'm gonna have to taunt again, or it won't last till her next turn. Ignite. Interesting. If you have a poison on you, which will hurt you on your next turn, and you have Cleansing Rain, which will cleanse you on your next turn, you do take damage from the poison before the cleanse happens. Okay, so that's how that works. Ow. She just throws a rock at his head. Shut up. Basilisk shot. Top 1 died from the creeping death. Alright. Oh, level 23. Unlocked Reckoning, Nature's Wrath, and Death Blossom. Let's see what those do. Oh, it's their last skills, I think. Nature's Wrath. Increase the critical chance of all allies by 22% for 2 attacks. Reckoning does 702 damage plus 15% of Gully's missing health, up to 767 damage. Oh! Interesting. Little girl is tank and big robot is healer. For my playthrough, yeah. They've each kind of got 2 perk trees. It's like talent trees, and you can do different things. Red Monica could be an evasion tank if you built her that way. I just didn't. I like using her for her dot damage. Death Blossom. Deal 290 damage to each enemy and applies 2 random debuffs to each between Poison, Bleed, Sunder, Ignite, Chill, Arcane Sickness, or Stun. That's honestly not that good for 25 mana. 290 damage? Like, executes 20 mana, and it is up to 1900 damage. Literally, like, over 10, not 10 times, nearly 10 times the damage. Just single target. Alright, perks. We got perk points. DB is AoE and has debuffs? Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I'm fighting 3 people, 290 damage. And the debuffs are, some of the debuffs there are not that good. So, I don't know. I feel like I would rather do almost 3 firebombs for that much mana. Which would actually kill the people. Alright, I'll do that. How long do debuffs last? Some of them for like X turns and some of them for X fights. Depends on the debuffs. Most of the ones that are X fights you cannot cleanse. The ones that she would be doing would be X turns. And taunt it. And he's got 20 overcharge, so we'll do wildfire. Oh, we procced a random stun. Very nice. And let's go for execute. You might be dead before we get it off, though. It's funny when, like, the first hit of execute kills him, and she's like, no, man, I'm shooting you 7 more times. I'm committed to this. This mysterious cube hums with energy as you approach. An inscription has been etched onto the side. Some boxes give, this one takes. Catch it if you can, and empowerment awaits. You could give it a piece of equipment, but you're unsure of what would happen next. Oh, there's only certain options. I can't give it my equipped gloves. I'm not using the wizard or the, I don't even care. Like the only options are hang on a sec. The only options are basically stuff I'm not going to use in any way, shape, or form, or stuff I'm currently using and I can't go through the dungeon without that gear. Okay. A loose page lies in the snow, torn from a large book. As foreign forces encroached on the Crescent Isle and Varys' defeat seemed imminent, he took final refuge in the Crimson Garden. He used the last of his power to shatter the valley in which it sat, sealing off his secrets so that only those with his brand of magic could work their way through the maze. Shortly after this occurred, with his enemies surrounding him, Varys vanished. His network of strange portals made traversing the area impossible. The garden grew quiet, slowly disappearing under a blanket of soft white snow. You know, there was the thing we read earlier about the guy who was lost in a maze and said his berries were frozen. I wonder if this is that maze. Big Spooter. This will probably be the last encounter for the morning stream. Let's throw a double damage creeping death on it. And gut punch. Taunt it. Actually, I should have gone for Wildfire there. His overcharge was maxed out. Do you know what time the new league for PoE goes live tomorrow? I think they had a timer, don't they? Hang on a second. Oh wait, I think when you launch Path of Exile, it tells you on the login screen, but I can't launch it while I have this open because they're both Steam games. Hang on. I could probably check after this. I don't know. I don't think I can get the heal off before the fight ends. Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright, so I am going to save it there, and we will pick up back there next time.